Hey, what's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of seeing this face, I am Onyinye Obiora. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back here. Guys, today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys things that I've done differently that have changed my life completely. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. The first thing here is being contented with my body size. Okay, there used to be a time in my life when I was always complaining of my body size. I was always complaining that my necklines, or is it neckline or collarbone, I think it's called collarbone, my collarbones are out, like hair is so dry, and I was always complaining of that. Like anytime you're with me, if you're someone who is close to me, I would always complain of how skinny I am, and this totally drained me completely. It drained me. It made me feel so inferior, so insecure. I was always complaining of my body size, and how this even made people to, I think it made people know more why I used to be so moody and all of that. And I was getting so much negative word from people about my body size, and they will call me some sort of names. But when I learned to be appreciative of my size, my color, me in general, this already changed my life. And when I started practicing it, appreciative of who I am, my body size, my skin color, and all of that, the confidence was coming up, right? In fact, at this point, I can hardly will I ever get negative comments about my body size. It's always like, oh, you look so beautiful, your size. Sometimes I can even jokingly say that I want to add weight, and they're like, what? You don't have to do that, you're so perfect. Again, I begin to notice that ever since I started being appreciative of my skin, of my size rather, I started being appreciative of my size, being contented with my size, things change. Like I begin to add weight, right? I begin to add some flesh let me put it that way, because I'm still slim right now, but not as then anymore. Because when you're in the right state of mind, being happy, like every time you just catch this person always happy, okay, everything around you is just going to balance. I tell you the truth, ever since I started doing this, I have literally gone from here to here, okay, in my mental health, my physical health, generally. Okay, I feel so free. I'm going to use that. I feel so free. I'm going to say this to you out there: if you're this person who you're not contented with some part of your body and it keeps bothering you having that in your head is never going to do anything for you. Rather, it is going to drain you and make you feel so insecure about yourself, make you feel so insecure and inferior. Okay, I would advise you, and I will tell you this: the God that created you that way, he knows why he created you that way. Don't give yourself that stress of always having it in your head. You're going to be fine, okay, if you put in that action of being appreciative and knowing that, okay, this is me and this is what makes me different from others. Okay, your body, that part of your body you feel like is not okay, is what makes you different, unique from every other person. And this is one thing I tell myself, and ever since I started doing this, saying this to myself, things have changed. Okay, things has literally changed. If you know me now and you know me then, you know that the girl is better. Okay, the girl is better and living my best life right now. Okay, I've learned not to pay attention to negative situation, negative things. What I mean by this is things that are not going to add anything to my life. I don't pay attention to them. Okay, whatever it is, whatsoever is that thing is, I do not pay attention to it. I try to take off my attention from those things, those negative things, those negative situations is manifesting. This is basically me behaving or doing things like that person I want to become in the nearest future. This is me behaving, this is me acting like my future self. Okay, and this manifesting, I do it in two ways. The first one is written. Okay, writing it down. And this is how I do it. Okay, writing it down as though I am living that life presently. Okay, and I'm writing down the things that just happened, the things that just happened for that day, the things I plan to do in few weeks, in few months, in few days. This is like, I don't know how to put it. Jeez, I'm writing it in the sense that I'm already living that me. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So that is the written form. And then the second one is acting. Okay, this is me acting like that woman that I want to become. Manifesting your future self is going to help you a lot, and I feel it's going to make it easier for you to get there, or it's going to make it easier for you even when you get there. It wouldn't be like a new thing. Okay, that's basically what I feel like. It's literally going to not be that new to you when you get there. So manifesting my future self is one thing I do, and I'm not even giving up on that anytime soon. So to the next, I save even the smallest amount of money. I know it's okay, like it's advisable to have a certain amount of money you save on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or monthly basis, however you're saving it. Yes, it's quite all right and it's perfect. But on the other hand, if you can have like a different savings for literally any amount of money you have, and you know that that money you're not using it for anything, or if at all you're going to use it, you end up using it in something you don't necessarily need. Okay, and instead of getting things like that, you just put it in that saving box. Okay, just put it there. What I do is, there are some times that I just want to eat something or buy something, and I just sit down to calculate it. If I buy this thing, what would it do to me? Does it even add anything to me? Like, what's the importance of me buying this? So I ask myself, if you don't have this money that you're holding now, would you get that thing? Would you even look at that place? And then if the answer pops up yes, I will get it, I'll buy it. But if the answer comes up no, I'm taking my money back. I'm not buying it, I'm not taking it. Okay, I am saving that money. And ever since I tried this out, it worked, guys. I'm not leaving it. I am not leaving it. Okay, so I advise you to save even the smallest amount of money. That is why I put it that way. It is going to help. You might be looking at it that this money is very small, let me just buy this thing instead of the money should just be there. Listen, save that money, save it for let's just say save it for 6 months, and go back to that box, count the money, sit down and count, bring it out and count the money, come back to me and tell me thank you at the end of the day. Okay, it is definitely going to help you. So the next thing is that I stopped focusing on things that are beyond my control. This is a burden, this is a load. When you are focusing so much on things that are beyond your control, the things that are beyond your control are supposed to be left. Yes, don't get me wrong. If it's something that somehow it's needed in your life, like it's necessary, it's being done, what I do is that I hand it over to God. Those things that are beyond my control but somehow are necessary to be manifested or to be done, what I do is I hand it over to God. I don't stress myself, I don't bother my head over it, I don't give myself worries over it. I just hand it over to God, and knowing that He is the God that maketh impossibility possible. Okay, I take off my focus from those things and put it in things that I can handle. I don't focus on things that are beyond my control anymore. It does nothing good for me, rather it literally keeps me worrying and feeling like I am not worthy or whatever. Okay, so that is what I do. I take off my focus from things that are beyond my control and hand it over to God. I've changed from telling God what I want and how I want it. Okay, what I do is I tell Him what I want, and then I tell Him to do it however He wants it to be done. Yes, this is very important. These are little things that most people don't even know, but at the end of the day we make a mistake and then we'll go back to blaming God. Yes, God is going to give you what you want and how you want it, but how you want it might not be the best for you. How you want it might not be the best for you. But if you tell him what you want and then tell him to do it in his perfect will, in his perfect way, he's going to do just that for you. So I have learned not to tell God how he is to do something for me, but rather I tell him what I want and then he should do it however he wants. Yes, and not tell him how to do it. No, because at the end of the day, it might not be the right thing for you. Okay, you just tell him, make your will known unto him, make your heart desire known unto him, but don't tell him how he's going to go about it. Okay, don't do that. I don't know, but this is personally for me, this is what I do. I do not tell God how he's going to do things for me. I've learned to be more positive. Even in my worst situations, I try as much as possible, because humanly speaking, it is not possible staying in a positive, being positive in a negative, in a serious negative situations. Okay, but I try my best. Sometimes you even forget being positive. This is the truth. Sometimes you forget being positive, but if you have been putting this in practice, it's somehow going to come back to your senses. Girl, you're supposed to be positive in a situation like this. And this has literally helped me. Being positive, it has helped me not to overthink things, not to overdwell in something, right? In my worst situation, there is something that happened few months ago, right? And the way I went about that, sometimes when I remember it now, I'm like, was I the one that handled that situation like that? Because the me before, I can overthink things, like, but being positive in your worst situation is going to make things easier. And trust me, those things are going to overcome those things are going to settle even faster than it should be. Okay, this is my own personal lesson, things that I've done differently, and has literally changed my life. It has changed my life. No lies, no lies. Being positive in all situations, in negative situations, in my worst situations. Okay, even in the house of God. Okay, giving in the house of God. Tithing, I would say precisely, tithing has changed my life. I made a reel, an Instagram reel, where I talked about tithing. Tithing used to be something I never believed in. I feel it's an expenses, right? But when I get this itch, like when I started doing this, it changed my life. So tithing is something that I have learned, I have done, and it has literally worked for me in so many areas, in my health wise, finance wise, academical wise, literally every area of my life. God has done something for me in all this area of my life, and I so much believe that it's the act of tithing that brought this whole thing to me, right? And being appreciative of even making me to see that money, because after all, he's the one that gave you the money. So giving him just a little out of that money shouldn't be a problem for you. Okay, he gave you such an amount of money, now he's demanding for just 10% of that money. Oh, I forgot to say, if you don't know what tithing is, it's giving your 10% of profit or salary to God. That is what tithing is. So taking out that 10% is not going to sweep up the whole money. Okay, it's just 10% of it. So this is going to help you. This has helped me. Let me stop saying going to help you. This has helped me so much, and I'm not stopping it anytime soon. Last thing here, this video is taking so long. The last thing here is that I try to take lessons from every bad or good experience or situations. Okay, no matter how it is, no matter how bad it is, I just try to take out lesson from it. Okay, because I believe that whatever that happens to us or happens around us happens for a purpose. I've learned to take lessons from everything that happens around me, be it positive or negative. Okay, that happens around me and that happens to me, I take out lessons from it, and this have helped me, you know, in when situations like that comes up again, I'll be able to handle it. Okay, I'll be able to handle it. Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this section of me sharing the little things that I've done differently that have changed my life completely. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Thank you guys so much for staying up to this time. See you in my next one. Bye.